Hello, and welcome back to Crochet at My House. We have gotten into colouring in the last couple of months, and we thought we would show you some of our colouring pages, starting off with this one. So we did get into colouring in kind of December, maybe a little bit in November, but mostly December was when we started getting into colouring. And we are going to pop pictures on screen and stuff, but I have to talk about them. So this one that I just showed you, I did with pencil. It was entirely done in Prismacolors, and I think it turned out really nice. Yeah. We've kind of done different things. I'll show you one of hers.
I did this cup, now it's like hot cocoa, and these I made to look like marshmallows. I added a little bit of shine to it, you can see. I thought it turned out nice. I used watercolour and a couple of pens that were sparkly. I thought it turned out quite nice.
Yeah. So we'll pop some pictures here when we're doing that. The next one is also a Cocoa Wild. This is actually the one we got first, and then we got that one. And we did this at the start of the book because we intended to do a video on the colouring books and talking about it. I don't think we've taken a picture of this yet.
No.
But basically, we used a bunch of different materials and labelled them all. To show what the different colours look like, how they lay on the page. We did also notice that there were only some of them that leaked through, as you could see here, which was Sharpie and Touch New Alcohol Plus markers, in case you wanted to know. Here's another of my Prismacolor pencil colouring in pages, and I did try out doing some pattern on the bed sheet. I don't think I added any other patterns. I did do edge colouring on some of the leaves and things.
That was quite nice.
And this is one of my Crayola colouring pages, because I used Crayola in it. It was all crayon I used in that one, I think. I don't think I used any pencils.
I don't think you did.
This one is a more mixed style piece. You might see some of that. I used some sparkly glitter paint markers, some plain paint markers, and I think the other bits are pencil. Another pencil one. Oh yeah, and I had this marker one, which is some new alcohol markers that we got. You want to show them yours?
Yeah. I was doing this one in Sharpie. I haven't finished it yet, but I've added a detail on the TV. It's supposed to be a Minecraft house that they're playing.
Cool.
Hoping to finish it soon.
So we'll pop in more pictures of that. So, moving on, I thought we'd show one of our newer colouring books. This is Cozy Colouring Magical Mischief. We were having some debate about it the other day there, because I noticed something in a colouring page I was doing. See if I can find it. Alright, I was colouring this page the other day, and I noticed up here where this tree is, did you hold that?
Yeah.
This section here, there was no line. So this bit of sky and this bit of tree was connected. So I added in the line, but I wasn't sure why that was. Like, was it just because the person making the colouring book forgot the line? Or was it AI'd? Or, well, no idea, but did make us wonder.
Yeah.
I also did this one, which I tried to make kind of look like a nether portal. Why exactly, I'm not sure, but that's what I did. I really enjoyed this one. There's an alcohol marker page that I did.
They turned out quite cute.
That one with the bird has got paint markers on it. Oh yeah, this one also had a little bit of that, just this little tiny bit here with the water. Just seemed to be missing a section for some reason. But other than that, there was nothing wrong with it. I did a lot of shadows and blending on this particular page, like in the hair for this character and this character. And then I did shadows under them. And again, here I was trying out some new stuff. So I've got paint markers on the shells and white highlights. There's some glitter markers on the wing and the stars. And then the rest is alcohol markers. And you want to show some of what you've done in that one?
Sure. First I have this mushroom page, which I've used mushrooms that I could find. I haven't found any more that I want to do quite yet, but I'm hoping to fill those 3 mushrooms in.
Yeah.
I started this one because it looked like the scene from Kiki's Delivery Service, and I'm giving it quite a bit of detail, which this broom and flowers you could see more of than the plant. It looks nice.
So we'll pop pictures in, like in here, and maybe just in between clips as well. So now we're going to look at some older colouring books we have. So this is a Winnie the Pooh Disney one. It's a storybook colouring book. I did this page. And this is all Prismacolors pencils. And I have one more page I did in here. Which is this one, ER, which I think is also that. I don't think I used anything else.
No, I don't think I did.
I think I've got a little bit of crayon in there too, but that's fine.
Next we have this old My Little Pony book we've had for a while.
Yep.
This one I've used some Crayola pencils, which these ones are definitely interesting. I had to twirl them while using them to get this pattern. I think it turned out quite nice. And I've used some crayons on this one, which I quite like the look of it.
Yeah. Didn't you use watercolour on one of the ones you've done before?
Don't think so.
Was that a different one?
And another one with crayon. And I have tried to make some texture with the tail. It's not very easily seen, but you can feel it, which I quite like her outfit.
Yeah, it's an interesting way of putting texture in there, I'll give you that. Let's see. I did a rather interesting page. So this is the page I did. And so the background is navy blue alcohol marker. And then I used paint markers and went over the lines. Because I saw somebody do this on YouTube. I can't remember what they call this technique. But I thought it was interesting and I think it turned out quite well. It does pop quite well as well. It probably would have popped better on black, but I didn't have any black markers at the time, so I used the closest I could get.
That was quite nice.
We hope you liked seeing the colouring books. Now it's a little bit different from what we usually show, but we've been so into colouring lately that we just thought we'd do a little video on it. Remember, and like, comment, subscribe and ring the bell for notifications every time we put up a video.